evening, Robert Scribbler here with the OBX Wave Report, filming south and east off of Jeanette's Pier into a foggy evening here on this June 1st. Very busy week for me, so I've been relegated to evening shots here at Jeanette's Pier and providing some forecasts for you guys for the next day. And right now, at Jeanette's Pier, we've got 2 to 4 foot waves with northeast winds ranging around 10 to 15 miles per hour and very foggy conditions. Up and down the Outer Banks, conditions are pretty similar with 2 to 4 foot waves breaking in most locations, and still foggy and cloudy conditions, relatively stormy conditions as a solid frontal boundary continues to lurk over the East Coast and drag its way down into the Gulf of Mexico. And it's worth noting that we do have a point of interest in the Gulf of Mexico, a tropical depression number 2, which is likely to form into a tropical cyclone or even a tropical storm over the next 24 to 48 hours. As is expected to remain stationary and or slowly move to the south and east in the Gulf of Mexico. Meanwhile, here off the North Atlantic, a strong storm is expected to develop off the northeast in association with a front over the next few days. And then finally, as we get into next week, as we get into June 4th and 5th, a high pressure system is expected to build in, bringing more pleasant conditions here for the Outer Banks. As for waves are expected to slowly get smaller throughout the day today and into tomorrow, dropping into the 1 to 3 foot range for the Outer Banks tomorrow. And then on Saturday, with stormier conditions expected as a front moves through, we expect northeast winds, strong northeast winds in the 20 to 30 miles per hour range, and higher waves once again into the 3 to 6 foot range, possibly even into the 4 to 7 foot range. So that's a summary of the local weather conditions and the potential forecast for waves, and also the potential for a tropical storm developing in the Gulf of Mexico, which is very early in the season for tropical storm development. Okay, so now let's get down to our local observations. Right now, Jeanette's Pier waves are in the range of 2 to 4 feet. Primary swell coming in out of the east-northeast at 7 seconds. That is a 4.4 foot swell. Winds out of the north-northeast at 16 miles per hour. Air temperature 65 degrees. Ocean water temperatures also at 65 degrees. Weather conditions mostly cloudy, 20% chance of rain. Highs today were in the upper 60s. Lows likely in the 60s as well. And then heading down south to Rodamp, we've got 2 to 4 foot waves with a northeast swell coming in at 7 seconds. Has a 4.6 foot swell. North winds at 19 miles per hour, 79 degree Fahrenheit air temperatures, 67 degree Fahrenheit water temperatures. Water temperatures here holding steady in the mid to upper 60s for the Outer Banks. In the northern and eastern beaches, and then down into the lower 70s for the more southerly beaches. Weather conditions also mostly cloudy, 20% chance of rain. Highs today in the upper 60s. Lows tonight in the 60s as well. And then heading on down south to Buxton, waves in the range of 2 to 4 feet with a northeast swell coming in at 7 seconds. Has a 4.7 foot swell. The waves might be getting into the 3 to 5 foot range there. North winds at 21 miles per hour. Air temperatures 69 degrees. Ocean water temperatures 71 degrees. Weather conditions mostly cloudy, 20% chance of rain. Highs today we're in the lower 70s. Lows tonight in the 60s at Buxton. And then as we get into the day tomorrow, likely cloudy and breezy conditions to continue as those waves steadily moderate. Hopefully I will be able to get into the water. Today has been this week has been a very busy week for me. So unfortunately, we haven't been able to get any footage from the ocean, but hopefully that will change as we get into the day tomorrow and into the weekend. So thanks for joining me once again for this June 1st session of the OBX Wave Report. Welcome to June, everyone. Hope you guys get down into the water, and if you do, I hope you're shredded up. I'll look forward to joining you again shortly, and as I always do at the end of my videos, I'd like to ask you guys to please do everything you can to help speed the transition to clean energy, which will defend our coastlines from the impacts of climate change. Those impacts being rising sea levels, more intense storms, and nasty ocean acidification that threatens our coral reefs and so much of our ocean life. And the solutions, the clean energy solutions that are available for rapid deployment right now are wind, water, solar, and electric vehicles. We absolutely can rapidly reduce carbon emissions as we rapidly deploy clean energy. And we can also defend not only our coastlines, but our free democracies, our free market economies that have values in real freedom and democracy from the interference by bad actor petrostates and dictatorships that often rely on easy to isolate and control resources like fossil fuels. We do rapidly deploy clean energy. We can have more democratized, more fairly distributed and evenly distributed and less easily monopolized and controlled energy sources. So thank you for joining me once again for this Real Freedom session of the OBX Wave Report, and I will be back with you shortly.